Hey guys, Aris, Hardware Bastards. Today we have a chassis from Sharkoon. This is the Elite Shark CA300H. It's an improved Cougar DarkBlader which has 4 RGB fans, an RGB control hub, larger holes at the front side, and an input-output panel with a Type-C USB port. Colors available: black and white. Type: Midi-Tower. Motherboard support from Mini-ITX up to extended ATX. Weight: 14.7 kilos. It has 2 tempered glass side panels. RGB lighting. It has addressable RGB lighting. It's RGB hub can take up to 8 fans. It includes 20 manual modes and it's compatible with MSI, ASUS, Gigabyte and Asrock RGB mainboards. Who it refers to now, this chassis? To users wanting a big, solid and heavy case. The price €150 and the provided warranty is 2 years long. The external design is interesting, but I cannot say that I like so much the front cover, which has an embedded mesh filter. The input-output panel, besides the Type-C USB port, it also has 2 USB 3 ports and an audio combo jack. Expansion slots 8 plus 2 vertical ones. Pre-installed fans. It has 3 fans at the front side, 120mm each, RGB, and at the rear 120mm fan, RGB again. Fan models, they are provided by Sharkoon. The maximum speed is 1050 RPM, 50.42 CFM and 28 dBA. They use a rifle bearing, so they will last for quite long. Fan support, 3 fans, either 120mm or 140mm at the front side. On the top side, 3 120mm or 2 140mm, and on the rear side, 1 fan 120mm. The RGB controller, it's only for RGB unfortunately. Radiator support. At the front, either a 360mm radiator or 420mm, which will be a very tight fit, and on the top side 280 or 360mm, and on the rear side 120mm. Storage options: 4 3.5 inches or 7 2.5 inches, and dust filters, there are 3 of them, top, front and bottom sides. CPU cooler height, the maximum 165mm. VGA length maximum 400 or 425mm without the front fans installed. PSU length maximum 240mm. Okay, I don't know any PSU, desktop PSU, which has such a long depth. The PSU goes on the bottom, and cable management support. Yes, of course, there is cable management support in such an expensive chassis. The system installation procedure now, it's easy because of the large interior space and the huge clearance behind the mainboard's tray. Soundproof performance, it is quite good. The heavy metallic enclosure ensures that most of the noise stays inside the chassis. Moreover, the noise from the stock fans is kept low, since even at full speed, these fans don't exceed 30 dBA. Thermal performance. It is very good for the CPU. The chassis only loses to Fantex Eclipse P500A by 1.3 degrees Celsius and achieves almost identical performance in this section with the Be Quiet Pure Base 500DX. GPU thermal performance, it's good, but the difference with the Fantex Eclipse is notable at 3.7 degrees Celsius. VRMs, it loses to the Fantex Eclipse and the Be Quiet Pure Base 500DX with a small difference though. The NGXT H510 is the best performer here with a large difference. NVMe, the Sharkoon case achieves the lowest temperatures here. HDD average performance, the Phanteks Eclipse is the leader in this section, and when it goes to system temperature, the Sharkoon case takes over the third place behind the Corsair 4000D and the Eclipse chassis, so quite good performance. Finally, exhaust temperature is among the lowest. Epilogue. This is an interesting chassis which could be much better if Sharkoon made some more upgrades. Let's start with the pros first. Everything on this chassis is metallic, therefore you won't find any chip drive base or SSD brackets, and it even includes a VGA holder mechanism so that you won't have a problem with large graphics cards. Moreover, besides horizontally, you can also mount the VGA into a vertical position. Still, you need to buy the optional mounting kit, which includes a bracket and the PCI Express riser cable. Unfortunately, I couldn't find it available anywhere, so I don't have a clue about its price. The two glass panels are nice, and the large panels for hiding the cables will help perfectionists build their dream system. The RGB controller is also a helpful addition, but I would prefer the PWM controller and compatible fans instead of RGB lighting. PWM fans are easier to control, so you can make the ideal fan speed profile without sweating. Another advantage of this case is the vast interior space and the considerable depth of the area behind the mainboard, so system installation and cable management will be easy. The input-output panel has enough ports, including a Type-C, 2 USB 3 and an audio jack. There are power and RGB control switches, but no reset switch, which comes in handy with Windows. The problems I spotted: it is difficult to remove the front panel, you have to deal with 6 screws, and this is a shame, given that you have to clean frequently its embedded dust filter. Nonetheless, the airflow is good because the fans are installed far from the front cover and the openings on the latter are wide enough. Moreover, if you install fans or a radiator on the top side, the magnetic dust filter won't sit in its place perfectly. This is not a significant issue though, since there is a metallic cover on top. The HDD cages have rubber dampeners, but only the places where they get in touch with the chassis. There should be rubber dampeners between the HDD and the cage itself as well to avoid vibration noise. Sharkoon provides some washers to use for the mounting screws, but rubber dampeners will do a far better job. Thankfully, the HDD and SSD installation procedure is easy, although not toolless. There are no ventilation holes at the top of the PSU shroud, which means that the passive PSUs are not supported. Moreover, you shouldn't install semi-passive PSUs with the fans facing upwards, since the hot air will get trapped inside the PSU compartment. Another problem here is the length of this compartment, which leaves a small opening only at the front, so it will be tough to install a 420mm radiator. Pros: fair price given its specifications, satisfactory thermal performance, good build quality. It comes with a nice manual, color prints, 2 glass panels, 3 dust filters, top, front and bottom. The top one is magnetic. Includes a graphics card holder mechanism, rubber mounts on the bases of the HDD cages, but there is no dampening material between the HDD and the cage itself. 4 RGB fans included, non-PWM though, metallic covers to hide the cables, large enough clearance behind the mainboard tray, 29 to 30mm, Type-C USB port in the input-output panel, removable NCD and SSD brackets, a removable pump bracket which can also be used to install an SSD, support for long PSUs, large coolers and huge VGAs, and rifle bearing fans. Cons: the opening in the fixed power supply shroud leaves minimal space for the front mounted radiator, not so easy to install a front 420mm radiator, PSU compartment without perforations or top, making this chassis non-compatible with passive PSUs, front panel which is not easy to remove, there is no PWM fan hub to match the RGB hub. Once you install fans or a radiator at the top, the magnetic filter won't sit in its place perfectly, and the chassis is very heavy, so you better not move it around on yourself. This was another review from Hardware Busters International. Subscribe to our channel if you liked it, and till the next video, bye bye!